Hello and welcome back to the channel. So recently I have been showing you a couple of products from Vtoman. The Vtoman FlashSpeed 1500 and the Vtoman 2200 Jump. There we are, that makes much more sense, doesn't it? So there they both are. So you've got the FlashSpeed 1500 and the Jump 2200 on top. So I'm going to concentrate on this to start with. I want to run through what it does, what the controls are, etc. So to turn it on, you just press any button and it will come on, I believe. There we are. It's on 74% battery at the moment. You've got 3 plug outlets. You've got 4 USBs. One of them is a quick charge. You've got your 12 volt outlets there, including a cigarette lighter. You've got 2 USB-Cs there, which I believe are 100 watts, I believe. You've got a jumper cable outlet there, which I showed you in the last. I'll quickly show you me using these from a recent review of it. And you can start a flat battery. So I've plugged it in, I've put it onto the positive there. So you've got the lights here. I'm just going to put this on and see if it makes any difference. So that's on there. There you go. The green light is on. So if you had a flat battery now, turn your key and away you go. I think that is a brilliant addition. And you even have a boost button on this little contraption here. I think that is amazing. You know, if you ever get a flat battery again, you're not relying on other people to jump start your car or your vehicle. We haven't been able to show this before, but we will be today. That is where you attach a spare battery. Dudum. We'll go into that in a moment. You have got your, I love the colours, I said that before. You have got your fan on one side. You've got a light on the back. So you've got supposedly dim, but it's still quite bright. Brighter, even brighter, constantly flashing, or SOS. And a fan on the other side. And a flat top, as you can see. So that's the 1500. So going round them both now, both the same at the back pretty much, with the light, both with the fan at the side. Front's very similar. I'm just seeing if there is any differences there. Nope, the same front and the same at that side. So what is the difference between these, I hear you ask? There's 2. So the first one is the same price, by the way, as of now. As of making this video, they're selling these at the same price. Why? If one of them's 2200 watts and the other one is 1500. Well, for me, firstly, the 2200 is actually smaller than the 1500. As you can see, it's not quite as wide and it's certainly not quite as tall. So it's smaller. That's a big plus for me. And the 2200 watts means you can plug more things into it. You could plug a laptop into there, you could plug your phone into there, you could start a microwave, you could have your kettle going. You can do more things. As long as it doesn't exceed 2200 watts, that will do it. Whereas this will not exceed 1500 watts. Although there is a boost of up to, I think it's 3000 watts. Which is why I thought this was incredible, because that is the first 1500 watt machine I've ever known which will start our microwave. Absolutely incredible. The one big advantage with this for me is the flat top. You've got a handle on this one, so you couldn't store things on top of here. On the smaller models, I don't believe it's got a handle like that. Let me just take that off. You can see the height difference there as well. But personally, I just love this kind of handle. Also, you've got this little compartment to keep your lead in there, which I really like. So all in all, because you've got this, because you can stack on top, and because this will start a microwave anyway, I personally like this one. Having said that, that is the smallest 2200 watt I've ever seen, and the lightest, and the cheapest. To be able to lift one of those with one hand is pretty incredible, really. Right, so another reason why I love this, and what you can do with this if you really want to make the battery last longer. Boom, get an extra battery. Now, you can buy these separately, you can buy it as a kit together, you can buy it with a kit and a solar panel together, is all 3 together. Far cheaper than any other brand. So, yeah, the fact you can stack this, I'll show you now. There you go. Extra battery pack underneath the machine. You can have it either way, obviously. So the original holds a 1548 watt battery inside there, as does the 2200. They've got the same battery, so they both will hold the same amount of power. You can extend it with these. So this is for the 1500. You can buy one as well for the 2200. So to use this, all you have to do is plug it in here, and you have now got, instead of 1548 watts, you now have over 3000 watts of stored power. What I would, as I say, people are saying, I want to go wild camping, which shall I get, the 2200 or the 1500? Personally, for wild camping, I'd go for this kind of setup, because you've got more battery, more watt hours there. You've got 3000. So that's going to last you a lot longer on the road without any electricity. This, on the other hand, it's great for maybe a day or two away, or for maybe short trips away, but both incredibly good products. Right, I want to move on now to the solar panel. I've not even looked at this yet, but I do like that. Look how they're clipping there, the connectors. Normally they're dangling all over the floor. Let's have a look in here, see what you get, if anything. Okay, that's a long lead, a nice long lead. So that is going to connect into, let's have a look. That, sorry, is going to connect into there, like so. And they are going to connect onto here. Let me get this set up and we'll see if there is any power on a very, very grim grey day. How lovely is that? So that is the 220 watt solar panel. I believe they do a 400 watt and a 100 watt. Yeah, very nice. 3 legs on the back there. One of the legs is actually what the pouch goes in, quite clever. And as I say, that packs away nice and neatly. So that's set up. I have plugged it in. Do you think we're going to get any power in this grey, miserable day? Remember, this is a 220 watt solar panel, so that's the maximum we're going to get in there. Will we get any watts on a day like this? We are getting 24 watts. I'm astonished. So, I'm loving that. So I would have this out here. The sun comes up there, goes round here. I would have this outside, this inside the awning, and just leave this charging constantly until it's on 100. Free power. Free power. Never paying for electricity ever again. How does that sound? So, very impressed. You now have double the battery capacity. You have free energy. And as I say, you can get this as a bundle, all 3 together, for an amazing price. And don't forget, another little extra was this, which they were selling at £29.99 last time I looked. And that is fantastic in case you do get a flat battery on your vehicle, or somebody else does and you want to help them out. A good power station, a very affordable price. Vtoman is the one for you.